turn him into a chipmunk and feed him to the owl outside.
I will do no such thing. We're here to talk about our website.
HomeCanineNeutering.com?
What?
No! InvaderPet.com, where people can check out our comic strips or locate bookstores selling bookmarks with our comics on them. So, listeners, want to see comics of me, Noddle the Witch, my pets Kaylee Cat and Spike Beagle? Go to InvaderPet.com and check us out.
Seriously, though, you guys really have a canine neutering
Let's
website?
Talk About the Music is wanting your sponsorship to help support local independent music and musicians worldwide. We have different levels of sponsorship for everyone, including up-and-coming bands and musicians, to give a little more boost to your promotions. Let's Talk About the Music is also looking to podcast live from your music-related special events, shows, and venues. For more information, go to letstalkaboutthemusic.com.
Hey everyone! Want to know how you can help Let's Talk About the Music stay on the air and earn some VIP privileges at the same time? Go to patreon.com/LTATM radio to find out how you can get involved. That's patreon.com. Let's Talk About the Music.
Magical Things offers fantasy art for festival and everyday living, featuring the fine arts and craft creations of Marjorie Delaney on practical printed products such as journals, mugs, costuming, wearable art, formal wear, and accessories. We also carry a line of magical supplies, including candles, oils, herbs, and limited ritual items. All items are created in a scenic studio space in Culpeper, Virginia, and available throughout the world online, as well as at festivals and events. Magical Things offers custom creations too, such as costuming, illustrations, and more. Come visit us at magicalfantasy.com.
Thank you to all of the Michael Jackson fans and to all of the Joe Bell fans who keep the music, the legacy, and the legend alive. A true soldier is one that stands for truth, that stands for love. And so I stand for you. I am a soldier. For you.
Soldier. Soldier, and we're playing nothing but Jeff's bands that he represents. Oh, by the way, I'm Shels here in downtown Tacoma, and right by the Tacoma Dome. And he's Spider, and way out there in Ohio.
Mm-hmm. Home of the championship-winning Cleveland Cavaliers, by the way, if anybody's big into basketball.
Yay.
Chirping crickets in the background. So I guess nobody's a basketball fan.
There, I play that sound effects that we're hooping hollering for you.
Well, to be honest, I'm not a huge basketball fan either, but it's nice to have a championship here in Cleveland, where championships tend to be few these days. So, if you're at all into rooting for the underdog, then Cleveland finally brought one home, and maybe one of these days we'll get to a Super Bowl, maybe, someday.
Just like the Seahawks did for 1 year. And we are talking to Jeff, and you're in Maryland, right?
Yes, I'm in Maryland, outside of Baltimore, a little bit in Ellicott City.
See, and he's a band manager, PR, promoter, and what's your company's name called again?
Montauk Music.
And what is your website?
It is www.montaukmusic.com, and I'll spell Montauk for you. It's Montauk. It's an Indian name, so it's montaukmusic.com.
Cool. Are you on Facebook?
We are. I'm not active on socials with my own company that much, which is ironic, but it's because I devote my social media time to working it for my clients. So, I sometimes I want to do more, but I'd rather not take it away the time from working for my artists. So we are on Facebook if you want to check us out there, and at some point in time I will get more active with it. I need an intern to do that.
And what other social media are you on?
I'm on Twitter, Montauk Agency. It's at Montauk Agency, and I actually am more active on Twitter, so you can check me out there, and on Instagram as well, at Montauk Agency.
You think I'm following you on Twitter?
Cool.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And we have been talking to Jeff, asking him questions about all the back ends of being part of the band, because we had like some bands come on the show asking them how they promote their band. They have different kind of ways of doing it. They put their posters on billboards and telephone poles and up and down streets, and really spamming the streets and spamming cars or spamming Facebook and all that stuff. So that's one way of doing, which is just what I do for the show too. But is there something that you do that social media and posters do that you do as more than that?
Yeah, I'll give you this is a nice little tidbit here that, hopefully those of you out there listening that are trying to get some information will jot this one down. And it's a simple idea, but it works well, and it just takes time to research and execute. So I like to look for groups of people or just entities in general, whether it be a music store, whether it be a some sort of music or arts collective in a town. Maybe it's a fan group of somebody that's similar to your music. Go and find who these groups are, because obviously if you have a group of people that you can get your music or your information in front of about your band, it's just much easier than trying to scattershot do stuff on social media or be out there in the sweltering sun, putting up flyers, hanging out flyers. Let's give you a good example. Who's Bad just played San Francisco, and they did a Who's Bad / Prince show. They brought a Prince tribute artist in, who's amazing in his own right, and they did a joint show. And it was obviously in the wake of Prince's passing, and also about Prince's birthday. but we wanted the show to really, really do well and hopefully sell it out. It was a great American Music Hall. It's a nice venue there. And so that was where I went in and tried to find every Michael Jackson and Prince, related, devoted group that I could. So, where is that going to be? It could be in any number of places, but, if you start looking at, is there a fan group in town? A lot of times in a city like San Francisco, something related to Michael Jackson or Prince, you're going to find something there, and, certainly we did. We looked at similar shows or activities that were going on that, obviously wouldn't be a conflict with our show, and told them about the show and had them get the word out there. And it's amazing what people will do when you approach groups like this, just by being friendly and professional and upfront in what you're asking, And, maybe sometimes they want a ticket or two to the show, and maybe we can do that. And sometimes they're just really willing to say, yeah, hey, we'll tell our members, or we'll share the information out, or, well, hey, can we get, group tickets? I'll sure we can do group tickets. So it turns into something very positive for bands from a marketing aspect that's not the typical, to me, it's not what most bands are out there thinking about doing for marketing. So, yeah, that's something I like to do. And it's, a lot of people go, what do you mean groups? That's where you really got to, start turning over rocks and going, where are these groups going to be? Similarly, I had a rock band I worked with, it's not metal, but, heavier rock band from North Carolina. And they went down to Texas, and, Texas is traditionally very, very good to rock bands. They're good rock bands there. And they played 2 shows with Zoso. And Zoso is a Led Zeppelin tribute that I work with. And Zoso they're very big in Texas. So they played at House of Blues in Dallas and Houston. And the band I'm referring to is called Dead Man's Mail. And, it was highly successful. That's where we started, was looking at groups that like rock music. Well, where do we find that? Well, there's some really, really killer record stores in Dallas. So we had them go and do record store appearances. And nobody knew who they were, but the record store started, playing their new release in store. They put out some posters. I gave them background on the band, which said, hey, these guys aren't just fresh and new. They've all got really, a really good track record with other bands. They just come together now. And that did it. So, it wasn't like they had, 4,000 fans in Dallas overnight, but they had, a good pocket of 75 to 100 new fans after all the stuff that we did there to get their music out there and get people engaged at the show. Yeah, they literally had people going on social media right after, like, you guys are amazing, and I'm so thankful I dropped by the music store and heard about it and stuff. Otherwise, I never would have thought of it. And bars in the area that are hip to rock and roll. Another good example of what I'm talking about with groups is with, again, Zoso, the Led Zeppelin tribute that I just referenced. We'll go to Harley Davidson shops or motorcycle clubs because no doubt they're going to be Zeppelin fans. Or a lot of them are. And so you go to a Harley shop. Hey, have you guys heard of Zoso? Oh, I think so. Maybe. They're a Zeppelin tribute. And you're like, Zeppelin? Yes, we do. That's how it goes. And then, well, do you mind putting up some flyers? And maybe we can get you a group discount if you guys are interested or something like that. And that